Now, when I tell you I cheered, I cried, I cheered and cried, I sobbed, I wept, I mourned, I clapped, every emotion you can think of, I had it during this movie. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking in yet again. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about the comic book movies I saw in 2021. I saw all of them, so you didn't have to. Crickets, I know. But yeah, so I'm gonna rank them from, like, I think there was 7, so I'm gonna go from 7 up, starting with like my least favorite. Disclaimer, our rankings probably aren't going to be the same, and that's fine. That's why film is so cool, is because everyone's opinion is different. So yeah, my number 1 might be your number 7, and my number 7 might be your number 1. But yeah, this is just my opinion, so please don't go crazy on me, please. So yeah, let's get it started. So I'm gonna use my phone because I have all my notes on my phone. Not really notes, just like the way they are ranked, because my friend Shiraz Faruqi posted a tweet on December 20th, like ranking his, asking like other people what their rankings were. So I just went ahead and ranked them in a quote tweet. So number 7, which is disappointing because I love the main actor and I love the supporting cast, but Venom, Let There Be Carnage. This movie, I feel like it had a lot of things cut out. That's how I feel personally. Like, spoilers if you haven't seen the movie, but there's a point in the movie where like Venom and Eddie like break up, right? And then like after that point, the movie just kind of like, I don't know, just kind of shits the bed. I feel like there was a lot of great spots in this movie. I think the score was really cool. Obviously seeing Tom Hardy as Venom is awesome. He is magnificent. He kills every role he's in. I just feel like there was some stuff missing from this that really would have aided the movie. I think Michelle Williams' character, as much as I love Michelle Williams, I think her character in this movie was basically kind of useless. I think it would have made more sense for Venom to go after Eddie, like finding out that Eddie's in trouble and wants to go like save him from Carnage, instead of Michelle Williams' character being that middle, you know, the middleman there. I get they probably just wanted to show like a female Venom again for all of, you know, the people that enjoy that. But yeah, so number 7 on my list is Venom, Let There Be Carnage. Number 6, now I feel like you could like swap 6 and 7 because I enjoyed them basically the same amount. The only reason why I enjoyed this one more was because it had Harley Quinn. So number 6 is The Suicide Squad. Now, there's a lot of things in this movie that like would appeal to me, but actually seeing them in the film just didn't really do much for me. The one thing that obviously I enjoy seeing is Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. I think she's just absolutely perfect. But I did not like the way she was characterized in this movie. Again, this is just my opinion, but I didn't enjoy the whole like war bride thing. It was just, I get that Harley Quinn is a character that's been sexualized in the past, for sure. This just seemed like it was pretty much pointless to the movie, other than the fact that Harley Quinn was, like, that's how she ended up in the same area as the rest of the members of the squad. So that, I just had a real problem with that. I did not like what they did with Amanda Waller. I just don't think James Gunn movies are for me. I did enjoy the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie quite a bit, but outside of that, I just don't think that his writing, his humor, is really my type of style. I did enjoy the shot of King Shark like ripping that dude in half. That was pretty sick. And I really did love Harley Quinn's like outfit in this, and obviously seeing Starro in a live action movie was batshit insane. But outside of that, it's number 6 on my list. Number 5 is a movie that I basically feel like I had the reaction I thought I was gonna have. Like, I wasn't like disappointed, but I wasn't surprised by things, which is Black Widow. Now, Black Widow isn't my favorite Marvel character by a long stretch, especially she's not my favorite Avenger. But this movie I feel like was like the reason why it's not like dead last is because Yelena Belova, Florence Pugh, I absolutely love her as Yelena. I think she brings such a youthfulness, such a joy, innocence to these characters, even though she has a really tragic backstory just like Natasha does. I think that she is just the standout in this movie. I feel like the cast all had really great chemistry together. I loved Florence and Natasha's interactions, especially once they got deeper and deeper into the movie, and you see kind of like that trauma that they both went through and different ways that they go through that trauma. The Taskmaster twist, I go back and forth on this a lot because I think it could have been like a really cool twist, but it just kind of seemed like, because it makes sense within the story, but outside of that it's like, okay, well now what are they going to do with this character? And obviously we have to wait to see, is this character going to return in like a Widow spin-off like for Disney Plus or something? I guess we just kind of have to wait and see type thing. It was kind of like lackluster when it's revealed in the movie. But yeah, I mean, it was cool. So yeah, Black Widow, not amazing, not great. The CGI in some spots was horrible. I mean, just super lazy. This movie got delayed how many times and they couldn't just, you know, tweak it here and there, continue to work on it. I mean, I don't really know how stuff like that works, so maybe I'm dead fucking wrong. I don't know. But yeah, that's why it's number 5 on my list. Now, the top 4 that I have are pretty solid in like at least their placement. So for number 4, I have Eternals. Now, I really enjoyed like the mythos of this movie. I loved the cast. I thought they all meshed so well together. Just like the cast of Black Widow, I feel like it was pretty perfect. I wish though that we got a little bit more of the Eternals being like these godlike creatures, especially like showing them throughout time. We got to see them throughout time here and there, but I wish we would have focused a little bit more on that in the movie rather than some other things. I wish we could have seen Kit Harington's Black Knight a little bit more, like maybe like a cool suit reveal or something. Maybe I'm just, you know, Kit Harington obsessed and that's what I really wanted to see. But I feel like his character, like, I don't know, I feel like he could have been in like a Disney Plus show or something like that instead of like being interjected into this movie, because it really feel like he kind of got lost within this movie, which sucks because he's a great character and he's a great actor. The chemistry between Icarus and Cersei, now I know a lot of people love it, but I feel like it was just kind of like, at times it was believable that they were like in love, but other times it was just kind of a little corny. I did like that Icarus twist though, where he was actually like the bad, not really the bad dude, maybe the bad dude. Being fight was, I love that, especially seeing Makari like go at Icarus like that using her super speed. I feel like Makari was, if let's say if I was in charge of making the movie, I think I would have Makari be the lead. I think she's the most interesting character out of them all. The VFX for this movie I thought were amazing, especially when they go up in space and talk to Irisham? I think that's how you say it. I don't know. I love that, and like just seeing how big he was compared to like the little Eternals. Like basically, I am Irisham. Hello, I'm Sassy. You know, type thing. I loved seeing how small they were compared. And then that twist of Cersei finding out that really they're just in a continuous loop of creating like the perfect environment for a Titan to be born, and all of the living things on this planet are like basically sacrificed to bring this Titan to life. I thought that it was amazing how you see that she sees that and she brings it back, and then they're all kind of like, all right, well, what are we gonna do? Looking forward to seeing where they go with the Eternals and how they're gonna interact with the other MCU characters. Again, great. Number 3 is Shang-Chi. I loved this movie so much, and I don't know shit about him. I didn't know anything about this character going into it, but after leaving this movie, I was so into Googling everything I could about him, seeing what comic runs are out there, putting him on my pull list, all of that. I feel like Shang-Chi is going to be a character that really shines when he is with the Avengers. I think he's super unique within the Avengers. I don't really see any other character that kind of has these similar powers. I would love to see an Iron Fist introduced in this universe and seeing them just like fucking duke it out. I think that would be amazing. Awkwafina's character, I could do without. I think she was a little annoying. I loved how everyone in his family basically is like this badass trained fighter in like their own regard. The opening scene, well, not the opening scene, but the scene where you first see his mother and father meet, and it's like they're fighting but they're like dancing, and it's just like so beautiful and ethereal. I love the like way that you can see his father is like has brute strength with the rings, but then his mother kind of just like uses her surroundings to her advantage, and they ended up falling in love, which is just beautiful. And then, you know, how babies are made. I love the score for this movie, very unique. I love the sound of it. The fight choreography is great. I didn't know anything about this character until I started watching the movie, and I learned a lot, and I gotta say, going into the next setup for Avengers, he is really gonna shine, I think. All right, we're getting into the top 2. So what do we have left? Oh yeah, Spider-Man No Way Home is my second favorite comic book movie of 2021. Now, when I tell you I cheered, I cried, I cheered and cried, I sobbed, I wept, I mourned, I clapped, every emotion you can think of, I had it during this movie. And you all know that I am not a very big Spider-Man fan, like at all. But this movie had just the right mixture of nostalgia, and it was like earned nostalgia, right? Like earned fan service. That I was just, from start to finish, just clapping and cheering when the crowd was cheering, and it was just such a great experience. Like, take the movie as it is, the experience in the theater I absolutely loved. Obviously the reveal of Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man again, which Andrew is my favorite Spider-Man, and as soon as he hopped through the portal, I was just like speechless. And then Matt Murdock, Charlie Cox Mad Murdock, hello, that was insane. I feel like not enough people are talking about that cameo. As soon as I saw like his cane, I was like, yo, no fucking way. Kevin Feige, Amy Pascal, everyone else involved in bringing this movie to life fucking did that. Now, the CGI in spots was kind of wonky. But I know that the VFX people were working like up until like what, the week of on certain shots, or like up until the week of a trailer on certain shots. I did absolutely love all of these different villains from different multiverses coming back. I love Doctor Strange. Okay, Doctor Strange in this movie was strange. But obviously I think there's a reason for that. MJ was my favorite in this movie. Out of all of the ones that she's shown up in, I think that this one was really like her time to shine, and she did. I'm still kind of on the fence about Ned, not really too much a fan of his character. I love how you can see Peter grow in this movie, because oftentimes I feel like, and I'm guilty of this too, we like forget that Tom Holland's Spider-Man is like a kid. Like, he's still in high school, but he wants his friends to experience life, and he feels bad that he kind of got in the way of that, so he wants to try to fix it, but not really taking into account literally everyone else in the world, just trying to make this decision. Didn't really ask them before doing it about this decision. And you know, you see at the end of the movie, he's like, yeah, you know, I'm just make everyone forget. And then seeing his classic suit at the end, oh, and no one knows who he is anymore. Like, no one in the world knows who Peter Parker is except for himself. Seeing like all three Spider-Men fight together was so great. Andrew Garfield really shines in this movie as the best Peter 3. I love his line of like the, now we know that it is improvised, the I love you guys line. You know, I always wanted brothers. The sense of brotherhood in this movie is just, it's amazing. It's very heartwarming, and I'm really glad I got to see this movie in theaters. Hey guys, number one. If you know me at all, you know that Zack Snyder's Justice League means so much to me. This movie, this movement, Zack himself, his family means a lot to me, and I'm very grateful for being able to be in this fandom, interact with people, and, you know, talk about great films and a great cause with the AFSP. The journey to get this movie out was a tough one, and you know, I applaud everyone that was involved and did amazing things. So Zack Snyder's Justice League is my favorite comic book movie of 2021. It means literally the world to me. Seeing this movie, like the first time I played it, I just really couldn't believe what I was seeing, right? Like, you know, you fight so long to have this movie out there for not just like, not for everyone to see, but like for Zack and his family and the cast and the crew to finally have this movie out there, see their hard work put out, and you know, like it ends and you're like, holy shit. Holy shit. It's amazing. The score, the cinematography, the Justice is Gray, the additional scene, the nightmare scene, the Martian Manhunter scene, the dark side, Steppenwolf, Granny Goodness, the Amazons, Ray Fisher, just Ray Fisher. I'm so glad that this film was received so well when Zack's other DC films weren't received as well. By critics, by the general audience, yada yada yada. It was, I can't describe like seeing all of these like positive reviews, positive videos, positive articles about Zack Snyder's Justice League, reading all of them, reading everyone's thoughts, everyone's videos, watching them, and just like theorizing what's next, what could happen next, what does this mean, what does this mean. It's been a great journey, and I can't think of like one thing I dislike about this movie other than I wish we could see Justice League 2 and 3, have the cast come back, have Zack be able to finish his story, his arc. I can't tell you how many times I have watched or listened to the score and scenes of this movie, and I'll go over to my parents' house and I'll play like the Dark Side boom tube scene to my dad, or you know, his favorite superhero is Superman, so just playing all of these cool Superman clips from the movie and, you know, just sharing in that experience. I could talk about Zack Snyder's Justice League for hours, but unfortunately my camera is about to die and I still have to upload all these clips because my camera overheated. Maybe someday I'll figure out like how to do this. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys want to leave your lists below, how you would rank them, how they differ, again, please be respectful in the comments to each other and to me because I don't like reading mean comments. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. I would love to hear your conversations on that. I will be doing my most anticipated comic book film list, whatever, probably later this week. It might be uploaded next week. Fingers crossed the Batman doesn't get delayed. Alright, see you guys.